covered.
Okay.
Click that.
That's.
Now get rid of that if you know how.
I don't know if I know how.
There you go.
Okay.
Now.
What we got is this little tube buddy sign popped up over where I start the screen.
Yeah, push OBS up.
And I thought we were live, and we weren't.
Oh.
We weren't live. And so Danny and I sitting here talking to ourselves for a second time.
Third time.
Now it's the third time.
It'll be a third time. Let me have this. Let me see if I can't. Let me see if I can.
Y'all see this? I'm just to throw it.
Let me handle this, okay? This is getting out of hand here tonight.
Oh Lord.
I'm all about rule and order, and that ain't happening.
And it's driving us.
It's driving me nuts. Okay, now.
Do y'all hear us?
I've got this thing set. Do y'all hear us now? You don't touch nothing.
Look, y'all see this?
Oh my word. A while ago we were sitting here talking and I said, Wanda, did you even turn it on? And she said, no.
I didn't turn OBS on.
She didn't turn OBS on.
When we came back. When y'all thought we were back, we were back, but I didn't turn OBS on.
Yeah, the other live stream would have worked. She just didn't turn OBS on.
Didn't turn it on, and so I done shut the live stream down. And when I turned this one back on, I shut OBS up, and I didn't turn YouTube back on.
I'm telling you guys, sometimes I wonder about this woman here. I leave it to her to run, and I'm like, I'm just going to let you handle it tonight.
Well, I didn't see that thing on, but this little thing for Tube Buddy, and if you don't do YouTube videos, you don't know what Tube Buddy is. But anyway, it's this little icon that comes up that I can make thumbnails and titles and stuff like that.
Oh, man.
And it covered my start button.
Okay.
Now you want to start all over? Just
Before. Okay, we're going to just get off the subject, okay?
Let's just forget everything we've ever talked about.
Yeah, let's just start over. Okay, I'm not going to repeat myself 3 times in a row. Anyway, a subscriber, Mr. Yarbrough, or Ms. or somebody, it just says Yarbrough, sent me this device, sent this thing right here.
He was right happy.
I was really excited to get this. This is the part.
Most people don't know what that is.
On my cub.
You and Mr. Scarborough.
Yarbrough. The part on my cub planter that I had to make was this part right here because I couldn't find one. And Mr. Yarbrough found one and sent it to me. I thank you from the depths of my heart. Now I can go take off my makeshift piece and I can actually put the actual piece on here. Now all I like is the rod that goes through this little hole right here and goes up and hooks to my lift arm system that goes back to pick the planter up and down. And if I have that, I'll have the complete system. So thank you, Yarbrough. That's all it says is Yarbrough. And I hope I'm pronouncing that. Yarbrough, yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Well, Hill Jack, we do realize that everything we do down south might not translate to other growing zones. We tell people all the time.
We tell people that all the time.
This is what we do, and if it works for you, that's great. Lots of things we do down here, like we're almost out of our growing season.
Yeah.
We've talked about this 3 times.
This is the 3rd time. I hope y'all get to hear it this time.
We are almost through. Here at Deep South, we have sweet potatoes and almost everything.
Yeah.
We have some okra. And you have the cocazelles.
I got my cocazelle squash growing on. They're isolated. They're on a hill back here by themselves, strictly for seed. I told Wanda, don't touch my squash, you know.
So I ain't touched them.
I told her, I said, don't plant nothing, don't touch nothing. These are strictly for seeds, you know. I went out to shut the gate a while ago for the 4th time, I think now. And I looked at our Cherokee yellow wax beans, the ones we're leaving for seeds, and the plants were dry, and I walked over there. I just grabbed a whole big handful of them that's dry, and I come in and told Wanda, I said, oh my word, I said, we got a live stream tonight. These need picking. It looks like it's fixing to rain, you know. I said, maybe it won't rain tonight. So we're just going to cross our fingers it don't rain and get them wet where they sprout inside of the hull before we can get them picked. So we'll have a video coming on saving seeds from the Cherokee yellow wax beans.
And y'all, I had Miss Angela sent me a message this week, and she gave me a good idea. Since we're doing the saving seeds with the Cherokee yellow wax beans, we're going to do a giveaway.
Yeah.
So she suggested that we do survival, Deep South survival seed.
Deep South survival seed package kit.
Yeah. So in it, and I'm gonna ask you guys a question, right quick. If you could get seeds that Deep South saved, what would be, thinking back over the years, everything that you've seen us save seed from, what would be the one plant or that you would like to see in the survival seed pack?
Yeah.
Now, I'm sending Miss Angela a set of the survival seed packs. We're only going to put 5 to 10 seeds, according to what type of seed it is, in each pack. It's not for you to grow huge amounts of food to feed your family. It's for you to learn to save seeds and then have enough to plant huge amounts next year. The whole thing is to gear people towards saving seeds.
Yeah.
And so the shirt I have on tonight says grow, eat, and survive. I don't know where I'm at.
Survival garden.
Survival garden seeds. Now, over the past year, we've planted seeds from survival garden seeds, and we do have a link, I think, in the description for survival garden seeds. Most everything I've tried has done fantastic.
Everybody's putting Danny corn in there.
Well, of course, Danny corn's in there.
That's going to be the winner, I guess.
But I mean,
okay, there's been tons of questions going by. Somebody wants to know, what kind of blueberry trees do we have? We have the Premier and the Alapaha. That's the two blueberries that we have. The Premiers are loaded. The Alapahas are almost over. That's the two that we have. Okay.
The Trelatiers. Okay, so I thought I would do some Trelatiers, the yellow wax beans, Danny corn, Malabar spinach. Okay, I had so many people asked about the Malabar.
Cherokee tan pumpkins.
Yes.
Doing that.
Marconis. I did. I wanted the Marconi. I think the yellow Marconi. I think I was going to put some of those. The Amish paste seeds, and I think maybe the blueberry
seeds.
This
has been asked like a dozen times by different people.
What?
How do you prune squash and zucchini plants?
We have a video on that.
We have a video on that, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we've got a video on pruning the zucchini squash and regular squash. It shows me taking off the leaves that are bad, which leaves to take off, because if the plants are too thick, the bees can't find the flowers to pollinate, and your squash don't ever grow up to be what they need to be. But we do have a video. Just type in Deep South Homestead pruning squash, and it should come up.
All right. Okra, the Star of David okra, I think I was going to put some of that, and possibly some of the bush okra from Grow Family Network. Because I have quite a few of those seeds I saved. It'll be a pretty good packet. And like I said, I'm going to send Miss Angela a packet, and when I get it all packaged up, maybe by this week, when we do the Cherokee yellow wax beans, we will have a giveaway. Okay,
Jen says, speaking of Marconi, is it better to let them turn red before picking? If you have the type that turns red, we had the type that turns yellow. I mean, it depends on which ones you've got.
They're sweeter.
They're sweeter, and if you have them isolated, you can save the seed from them because they are an heirloom. But you can't have any other pepper plants around them. You got to have only those. I mean, when we plant ours, we isolate them and only plant that type of pepper.
Okay, now Monkey Food Garden says we have corn cobs popping out of the top of the corn stalk with no husk. Any ideas?
Oh man, that means that your corn's outgrowing the husks. There's no way to. You can't stop that. I mean, it's just. I don't know if you have too much rain where you're at, or if you're not getting enough rain. It could be either one.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Allison put Danny pruning squash. There's a link there to it, so you can find that.
Yeah.
The red pepper, can't remember the name. Probably red Marconi.
It's probably the red. Well, no, we don't have any red Marconi.
We got yellow.
We only got yellow Marconi. Red roaster. That's the one we planted one year, was a red roaster. That's America's #1 seed for planting. Remember,
and you saved seed too, didn't you?
Yeah, but we had problems finding them because it's the #1 planted seed in America.
Yes, and we roasted some. They were so good. Can you put neem oil on corn silks for Japanese beetles, or will it mess with pollinators?
I don't know if that would stop them or not, to be honest with you. We don't use anything on our corn. We just cut around the worm usually, but.
All right, Sheila wants to know, why are my figs falling off before ripening?
Probably it's too dry. Usually when figs fall off like that, it's just they're just not getting any moisture. Mine did that one year when it was a drought. They all just shriveled up, fell off of it.
Okay, so talk about your Danny corn for a minute, because somebody's wanting to know about the fertilization for when you do that.
There is a regimen of fertilization whenever you plant corn. Most people think you just plant corn and you fertilize it, and it doesn't work like that. Corn has to be fertilized in particular stages that it's at.
Tell what type.
When I first put my corn in the ground when I plant, I put triple 13 down in the ground about 3 to 4 inches beside the seed. I don't hardly ever put it right under the seed. I put it beside them. And when my corn comes up and begins to grow, when it gets to be about 8 inches high, I fertilize it with pure ammonium sulfate. You can't get ammonium nitrate because of drug users here anyway. But I put out the ammonium sulfate when it's 8 inches high, and then when it's around 12 to 16 inches high, I use ammonium sulfate and triple 13 again. I mix those two together, and I side dress it and lay it by at that time with it, and I don't touch it again. And you can look at my Danny corn and see the results of it. I mean, it is.
All right, now talk about where we're at with Danny corn and the process, because so many people want Danny corn seeds and they don't understand. We won't have any till fall, and we may not have any.
Well, it depends on the weather. I mean, right now, our corn is silking and the silks are drying. The stalks are swelling up, the kernels are forming. It's about 125 to 150 day process for that to go through, and ours won't be ready probably till late August if everything goes well, and then we'll have to make sure they're good and dry at the right moisture content and everything. We let ours dry on the stalk, where they break and they hang straight down. We let them dry, then we do what's called slip shucking them. We go through and slip shuck them, and then once we've picked them all, then we go through and take the shucks off, and we look at each individual ear of corn, and we only use the seeds out of the middle of the cob. We don't use the ones on the end or the tip. We use what's in the middle. They're usually uniform. We pick out the best, healthiest ones to do that with.
Okay. So
somebody want to know why are my garlic bulbs so small? A lot of it has to do with stratification. If you don't have the right number of cold days, the bulbs won't get big. And a lot of people don't know how to fertilize. I mean, they go buy this organic fertilizer and they put on something thinking that they're really doing something, and you're really not. I mean, I agree with organic fertilization, but you just don't get anything. I mean, you've got to use some good composted chicken manure, or you're just going to have to get some kind of synthetic fertilizer, because organic fertilizer, you only get about 8% up front. And 8% is not going to do it for onions, 8% is not going to do it for garlic, it's not going to do it for leeks, anything like that, because the other 92% is literally broke down over the next 4 to 5 months in the soil. So if you're going to be using organic fertilizer, put it out in the fall, and then put it out again when you plant, and you will get a good result if you do that.
Okay. How do I know when my onions are ready to pick?
Your onions will be ready to pick when the tops on them break and fall over and lay on the ground. As long as they're standing up straight, they're not ready to pick. You need to wait till they break over. We have videos on that also.
Yeah.
How do I fertilize peanuts, and with what? Okay, peanuts are a root crop. Peanuts need something like 8-24-24. They don't need much nitrogen because peanuts make their own nitrogen. The government used to pay farmers to plant peanuts in the field because it builds up nitrogen in the soil. You want to put out 8-24-24 when you first plant, And then when the plant gets up and it starts blooming real good, you want to pull all the leaves down on it, the stems, and you want to put a little bit of lime and a big shovel full of dirt right in the middle of that plant and shove all the limbs down on the ground so that the little tubers can reach into the soil, because as long as that plant's standing up straight, the tubers won't ever reach the soil. You get a few peanuts around the roots, you want to lay the plant down as flat as you can get it.
Okay, so now Danny and I have talked about this before. Jerry Baker did chewing tobacco, Fells Naphtha soap for bug control. All right, tobacco.
Tobacco is a great
big deal.
Big deal. It's a good dewormer for your animals.
But the kind you get now?
Yes, I was fixing to say the stuff you get in the store is chemical laden. If you want tobacco for using for insect control, you've got to raise your own tobacco, because this stuff you get in the store has got like 26 different chemicals that's been added into it. It's like cigarettes. They got 26 different chemicals in cigarettes now. And tobacco
it's not just tobacco rolled up anymore.
No.
Back in the day, you could get the old
Prince Albert.
And it was just tobacco.
Was pure tobacco.
Now they put so many chemicals on everything. That's where, when you see something like Jerry Baker, what he did, you have to look at, like tobacco, you have to look at it and say, okay, what are they doing to our tobacco now that they didn't do when Jerry was using it? And his ideas worked for him, and now will they work for you? Yes, if you grow your own tobacco. Or you know somebody who doesn't use chemicals on it.
Granny Annie said, just wanted to, I guess, let us know, I ringed my onions this year and they got nice and big. Good. I'm telling you, most people don't listen to anybody who sits there and tells you not to ring your onions, because if you ring your onions, they will get bigger. I'm telling you, from experience, I know for a fact.
Because we used to not
do it, and we just had little old bitty 2-inch onions all the time. But when we started ringing our onions, we got onions now 4 and 5 inches, some of them. They're just huge.
The straight pipe tobacco, you would need to know, I would say ask the company.
Ask the company. Don't ever take anything.
And find out how it was grown and what process they go to before they package it. What was it we was looking at? Something in the last few days. They keep changing the makeup of the chemical process or whatever on everything. And it gets to be, nothing's the same anymore.
Lori Faye says, can anything grow in sandy soil? Everything we grow at Deep South is in sandy soil. All we have looks like
we live on the beach.
Looks like beach sand here. So yes, it can be done, but you've got to compost and you got to put the fertilizer to it.
All right, they're asking what is ringing.
I have a video on ringing onions.
Spooning onions.
It's I have a butter knife that's bent down on an L shape, and I scrape around the dirt out from around the onions. On an onion, you don't want nothing but the very roots at the bottom of that onion in the soil. You don't want your onion bulbing part of it in the soil at all. You want your soil below that.
In other words, you do not want to cover the bulb.
Right.
You want to uncover the bulb. It's the one thing that needs to be uncovered.
Yeah.
Most all root crops need to be covered.
I'm sitting here and nobody knows what ringing onion is. That means y'all haven't watched our videos.
I'm telling you, they don't watch our videos.
Oh, we have videos. They
only show up for live streams.
I know it. Oh.
Y'all, I'm so disappointed.
We have videos on ringing onions. I mean, oh no.
Yeah, I know. Nobody watches our videos. I'm so sad.
I know. Oh.
Oh, what else we got going on?
I'm trying to look at some of these.
Yeah, they're still saying to add different seeds. Now, somebody asked about peppercorn seeds. I don't know.
Miss Lippy found it. Dee found it. Okay.
We don't have peppercorn seeds. I have peppercorn plants. And yeah, y'all just might all get one. Ever who wins might get one, because I'm fixing to start downing my high tunnel of everything. Yeah. I've almost cleared out 3/4 of my high tunnel. And Danny's is, you got about half of yours. Well, I replanted. I put some sweet potatoes. I'm talking, we do everything sweet potatoes right now. I put sweet potatoes back in Danny's.
Yeah.
See, Nancy says I ring them, And ours.
Everybody's saying I watched them. I watched them all.
Some of them did.
Some people, yeah. I love your videos. We're gonna quit doing videos. We made our mind up this past week.
Okay, we're gonna stop.
We're gonna stop doing videos because nobody watches our videos anymore. So we're just gonna quit doing them. Ain't that what we decided?
Yep.
Okay. So this may be it.
We need to just put this big sign up that says we are not making videos anymore. You might make 1 million views.
That video might make 1 million views.
If you lie on YouTube, you get a lot of views.
Yeah.
We need to lie.
Oh,
You want to lie?
No, I don't want to lie. The Bible says liars have no part in the kingdom of heaven. So I don't want to lie.
We're not lying. See, Susie Q says, no.
Oh, no.
Dion Otero says, I don't kill my tomatoes anymore. Y'all, it is crazy because everything we start doing, we got the video coming up Monday. We learned a hard lesson, and we're going to tell you what that hard lesson was. Yeah. And we know better.
We know better, and we made the mistake.
So, y'all don't feel bad if you make mistakes. You don't feel bad if you do something stupid. Gardening is a learning process, and you learn every day, every year. Yep. If you got these smart people that tell you got to do this, no, because
let me tell you something.
It don't work every time. I'm gonna tell you.
I was talking to a group, and
it don't always work.
We were talking about gardening stuff, and they were amazed at all the stuff I knew about gardening. They said, "Oh, are you a master gardener?" And I said, "No." I said, "I've been gardening for about 40 years." I think they go, "Oh, I thought you had a degree or something."
And they turned around and walked off.
And they turned around and walked off. And I'm like, just because I don't have a degree means I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
They were all excited. They were listening, paying attention.
Oh, they were all into it.
You could teach a class. Do you have a master gardener degree? And Danny says, no.
No, I don't have a degree.
They go, oh.
Oh, and then they just left.
Like,
I'm like, okay,
It's funny.
Oh man.
See, they're all saying don't stop. Grace still said they've been giving you credit all week for saying that that this would be a year of fire and that the sky would turn red, and says it has happened where they live.
Well, I told everybody it was going to happen. And look, I'll tell you this: the fires are not going to be isolated to Canada. They're coming to America.
Oh, Mickey. I'm trying to teach Kathy to let you do it. Danny fixes breakfast. And I heard Kathy told Mickey the other day, said, Danny fixes Wanda breakfast every morning. He says, Danny's a good feller. Turn around,
see, I don't get to read the emails. Wanda reads the emails because I don't have a phone. And
go for it, Kathy.
Go for it, Mickey. That's it, my brother.
No, you the wrong thing. You're supposed to tell Kathy.
Oh no, Mickey had it right. He was just covering himself up. There you go.
Yeah, he says, well, Danny's a good fellow, and walked off.
Do you fertilize raspberry plants when you first plant them? Yes, raspberries require deep, loose, fertile soil that's very rich in compost and now they don't like to be alkaline. They like the soil to be a little bit acidic, so don't alkalinize it too much.
All right, so somebody says write an ebook and voila, you are a master gardener. We have 3.
We have 3 ebooks, so I must be a master gardener, even though those people didn't think I was.
Somebody said they only want to grow flowers. Yes, they do.
You should have asked him, did the first master gardener have any degree? Which would have been God himself. Or Adam.
God was before Adam.
I know, but God made the garden and then Adam tended it. Did he have to have a master's gardener degree to take care of the garden?
Probably. According to them, he had
the
degree.
Swafford Homestead said, I cook breakfast here also.
See?
Okay.
All right. So now, where are we at?
Oh, it says sunny and hot there in Arizona. Hey, Teresa, hang in there, sweetheart. You're going to turn cool here before long.
Leslie said, yes, Danny, you need to teach the men to cook breakfast.
Well, there's a reason why I cook breakfast, but I'm not going to go into it here.
Well, I will. Wanda doesn't like to get up early. Now I still get up, 4 something in the morning?
I get her up about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to what kind of mood he's in, if he needs to be out the door quick.
If I got to be out the door, but by the time the sun gets up, because it's going to be hot, we eat at 4:30.
Yeah. Y'all try eating breakfast at 4:30. I'm getting used to it. It's been 10 years. No, we don't usually get up that early, but in the summer we do.
In the summer we do.
In the winter we get up 5:30 to 6.
Yeah, 5:30 to 6 o'clock. Yeah.
And so he gets up 3 to 3:30, 3:45, starts cooking breakfast. And he does it because he knows I'm not going to wake up at 3 something and fix breakfast. So that's why he cooks breakfast. Now, he started out because he loved me. I don't know.
You ain't right. Oh, man.
See, Urban White Buffalo says, my wife cooks breakfast. I cook all the other meals. See, I cook all the other meals. He cooks breakfast.
Right.
So we kind of divide it.
Yeah.
And it helps. And no one's allowed to touch Danny's iron skillet. Yes, Jen, you know that. She's been here enough.
Oh, Jen's been here, yeah.
Sheila. Oh, y'all.
Jen, poor Sheila.
Quake Lake.
I felt so sorry for Quake Lake when she was here.
Oh, she got in there and was going to cook, and we were out doing something. I come in, and she goes, Wanda, I'm so sorry. What do I do? And I said, I don't know. What? And she said, I used Danny's egg skillet.
Yeah,
I cracked up.
We have a rule here. My egg skillet, nothing gets cooked in that skillet but eggs. Nothing.
Yes.
Because if there's anything in this world I hate, it's an egg that sticks to a skillet.
All right. After we do a harvest at Pecan Grove, what will you do to the land to kill the bugs?
I will probably plow the heck out of it.
We will. When the corn and all comes out.
When the corn and all comes out, we'll go through and chop all the stalks down, throw them over to the cows, or grind them up through the leaf shredder and make compost out of them, or and then out of the rest of the field will just be. I'll take a flat breaking plow and I'll turn everything under. We'll lime the field real heavy, go through and disc it, and till it, and then let it set. Probably for the winter. Now we may grow some. We've never tried growing any kind of winter crops over there. We may grow some cabbage and some broccoli and stuff like that.
Jen said those were some awesome mornings. Yeah, we had fun with Jen. She's been here several times, and then she brought Mike one time, and we had a blast. We got videos. Y'all need to go back and watch.
We do have videos. I mean, if there's ever been people in the world I love, it was Jen and Mike. Because me and Mike, we got stories about Walmart, you know what I mean?
Oh, gosh.
Mike got on Jen's...
Y'all don't take Mike into Walmart.
Don't ever take Jen's Mike into a Walmart. He got on a bicycle in Walmart and started riding around on a bicycle in Walmart. I mean,
we were walking, and all of a sudden, here goes Mike on a bicycle down the aisle.
And then I was pushing a buggy behind this lady that worked at Walmart, and she was walking like a half a mile an hour. And I just kept trying to get around her, and I never could. And then finally I just said, you know what? And I just bumped into her and pushed her to the side, and I went around her. And Mike walked up to her and said, you want me to go tackle him? You know? And, I mean, they're just good people. They're just good people. That's all I can say. We had fun. We had fun.
And Jen's been here a couple of times on her birthday, left Mike in California and came here on her birthday, 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And now she's no longer in California, so y'all hold it all against her.
Praise the good Lord above. They finally got out of California. California's sitting on a 45-degree tilt. It's not good right now. It's just really not good.
Yeah.
How old was your Dexter bull when he started breeding? Mine was 1 year old, almost to the day.
Yeah.
1 year old.
So. And
Mr. Duke, the other Dexter bull we got, he started breeding at exactly 1 year old.
Okay, Rockin' P Ranch says, I wanted to tell you that your Danny corn is 10 feet tall now, so they're planting it.
Okay.
See, we like to see pictures, so we have email, deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. Anybody that's growing Danny corn, send me pictures when it gets up with you by your corn and stuff like that. I'd love to see them. I've got videos of people that grew Danny corn over the years all over the place, And I did, I just like to see it.
How do you get rid of Virginia creeper and poison ivy? That's going to be a good question for us because we got poison ivy at Pecan Grove by the truckloads. I mean, it is bad over there because it's been laying abandoned for like 30 years, you know, and it has took over lots of places.
Yeah, we wanted to do the video with the, over at Pecan Grove on the manure. We hadn't done that.
We hadn't done that video yet. I'm just so busy, guys. We got so much going on.
We've got a lot coming up that won't be on camera, the things that we're doing off camera.
Thank you, Lane.
And it's going to take us a lot. So that brings us to one of the last things that we were going to talk about is social media.
Yeah.
We do not do any social media. We're not on Facebook. Well, I have a Facebook thing, but we're not posting anything. Haven't in 2 or 3 years. We're not on any of the other Twitter, TikTok, Parler, Rumble. I don't know what all. I don't even know all those places.
Right.
The only thing we're on is YouTube and Patreon, and we do Pecan Grove for our Patreon.
Yeah.
It's listed as Deep South Homestead, but we're showing some of the things that we're doing over there for our patrons only. The gardening now we are showing on YouTube because it is the only gardening except for the beans and sweet potatoes basically. Then we're on
Sandra, you cannot water bath canned carrots.
YouTube and Patreon.
YouTube and Patreon
Freesteading.
and Freesteading.
And I don't even get on Freesteading right now because we've been so busy since January. When we closed on Pecan Grove, it's been go and do all the time. So I don't have time for social media. So y'all don't get aggravated because Deep South ain't all over the place and we don't go to conferences and we don't do all this stuff. We've been to one conference, had a blast, enjoyed it, but yet we don't have time. We have a place to run and we don't have people to come run it for us. So it is Danny and I, and we get asked this all the time. Who helps us?
Nobody helps us except God himself.
Well, now since we've got Pecan Grove.
Now we did have Chris came and helped, and Mr. D.
And Mr. D helps us over at Pecan Grove quite often. He's a retired neighbor, and he loves our cows and our garden and all this stuff. So we do have that little bit of help there. And
Jane, yes, Danny corn has been grown all over the whole United States, all the way to Minnesota.
So, you know, we don't have any help normally. It's me and Danny.
Right.
We do 99% of everything we do. If we have something major, we'll bring in my son Jesse. And like the other day, Chris came in. But overall, it's us. We do all the gardening, canning.
I got to answer some of these questions. You just keep talking. Kaiser Sosa, how many years have you been growing and collecting your own corn seed? Well, I created this corn about 30 years ago, around 30 years ago now. So I've been saving and collecting my own seeds ever since then. So it's been about 30 years.
Jen planted 130 sweet potato slips.
All right, Jen. Good.
All right, Pecan Grove is 40 acres.
Yeah, we got 40 acres at Pecan Grove.
And we have 10 acres here.
Yeah. Appalachian Gardening Homesteading. I watch that. I guess I don't know if it's the same channel or not. I watch one called Appalachian Gardening and Homesteading.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's the same one or not, but
there's 2 or 3 different ones that says Appalachian something.
I love anything Appalachian, but do you have the same concern about the Great Lakes as you do with the ocean coasts? Everything will rise at some point. Literally, it don't matter what body of water it is, all bodies of water will eventually rise. It don't matter if it's the Great Lakes, it don't matter if it's the oceans, it doesn't matter which one. If it's the rivers, it don't matter. They're all going to rise.
Danny corn is a dent corn. It is a field corn.
Yes, Mississippi Soldier, it is a dent corn, field corn, not a sweet corn.
It is used for grits and cornmeal and animal feed. Let's see, where are we at?
Duke says, I'm comfortable growing my own food, but don't know how to pay taxes and utilities. Any help? Well, good luck with that one, because they just come reassessed our place this year, and I'm pretty sure my taxes are going to go up drastically because I've added a bunch of buildings. But that is one of the concerns. Now, here in Mississippi, and you may be in Mississippi, I remember correctly, once you reach 65, and it might be just our county, I don't know. When you reach 65 years old, your taxes is only based on the first $90,000 of your property value. If it's over 90,000, then you have to pay taxes on what's above that. But anything below it, my understanding is you don't have to pay taxes at all. I know my mom and dad didn't pay any taxes. Susie Q says, how high would the water rise? I was like, Johnny Cash, how high is the water, mama? It just depends. It can be anywhere between 3 and 15 feet. They're not really giving any definite measurements. They're just saying between 3 and 15 feet.
Yeah. Oh, and when I was talking about social media and he interrupted me. So our Patreon videos will continue, but they won't be, I've been doing quite a few per week, and it started slowing down because we're at a point that we're not doing that much over there now. We are exploring still a little and stuff like that, but nothing newsworthy. I'll throw up a few pictures occasionally, and Danny will do a video at least once a week. We're going to keep YouTube going.
Urban White Buffalo, I certainly hope not. I hope my cows don't get to be 10 feet tall.
Maybe not.
What would you attribute the water rises to, if you don't mind saying? There's some issues going on with the moon. Okay, I can't say a lot because they'll take me down and stop me. Y'all know, watching my tips at the ends of the videos, if I say something I'm not supposed to, they stop us. It has to do with the moon. The moon controls the tides, and right now the moon is actually not round. The moon is actually wobbling, and it's oblong shaped because of a binary system coming into our planetary system that's got a great gravitational pull on it, and you're going to see this happen probably, they're saying, within a 24-hour period. So, when they're saying it could be a year, or it could be 2 years or 3 years. They said, but at some point that it's going to happen. Now, I can't give you a date on that because I don't know the date myself. I just know what the people that are in control of doing this type of research is saying.
Yes.
Let's see here. Where's the drought? The drought will probably more than likely. Now, when we have an El Nino year, usually the Ohio River Basin, all up through there toward the East Coast, usually gets more rain than anywhere else does. But this El Nino, it seems to look like anywhere from Kansas all the way across to the New England states. It seems like it's looking like there may be a drought in some of these areas. So, going to be warmer and hotter, and then all of a sudden you're just going to turn off freaking cold. So it's kind of weird, the patterns that we're going through right now. Miley Mason, Danny, did you get you a meal? No, I did not get a meal.
Neither did anybody else.
Neither did anybody else. I told y'all that was just a joke. But I don't have a meal. I did put up a...
It'll be Monday.
Oh, Monday. It'll be in a video Monday. I never know when Miss Wanda has this stuff planned out. So
we talk about the meals Monday in a video. So
yeah, I'm looking for 2 different kinds of meals.
Yeah.
Specifically for my needs here at Deep South Homestead and at Pecan Grove, and we talk about that in the video Monday, I suppose.
Yeah.
Hold on, I've seen
Wanda, have you
Caprice.
ever
Hold on.
fried?
Caprice 64 says, look up the Navy map for water rising. Caprice 64, the Navy map is really.
Carl.
That is.
Price.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carl. I'm sorry, Carl. I just seen my eyes. It look like Caprice. It's Carl Price 64. The Navy map is not an actual real map. The Navy map was someone's dream.
Simulation.
It was a simulation of a man's dream. The CIA puts out a map every month of the new water levels. I have on Patreon, I think, isn't it? Don't I have the latest map that they put out on Patreon?
Last year we put it up. I don't.
The
remember.
last one I got was put up on Patreon, I think.
How many grits can be made from Danny corn? Yes.
Yes. Hominy grits can be made.
And
hominy
itself can be made. I've got a video showing how to make hominy from Danny corn. Do we sell okra seeds? When we have
extra, we do.
Right now we haven't been selling any seeds except Cherokee tan pumpkins every now and then. I've just limited a lot of that to just selling the books that Danny wrote now. He did right there. Sweet potato, carrot, and English pea. This is for anybody that don't know, sweet potato manual, carrot manual, and English pea.
English pea manual.
So these three, you can just lay them there. I'll get them.
Okay.
That's the three that he wrote to become a master gardener. I'm just joking.
No.
Just because we had a lot of people asked and want to know how we did those 3 crops.
Yeah.
And those will work anywhere in the United States. But sweet potatoes do not grow everywhere.
Right.
You got to know what variety.
Yeah.
But the principles will work if you get the right variety for your area.
Becky Stevens says, what causes squash blooms to fall off prematurely? Probably because they did not get pollinated.
All right. Renee says, have you ever had fried squash?
Woo!
I used to fry squash all the time.
We used to fry squash all the time.
I just don't fry anything now. I never fry stuff now.
Yeah, we don't.
Very seldom. Now I did fry some okra, but it was pan fried. I used just a little bit of oil or lard in mainly, and lightly brown and fry the okra. But I don't deep fry anything anymore. Let's see.
Let's see here. Oh, let me see. We
ordered the Dr. Earth Golden Bloom 5 gallons. Isn't it 5
yes,
gallons?
it's 5 gallons. Yes.
It came in this week.
Yes.
So we do have that.
I would go get it and pick it up and bring it here and show it to you, but it's too heavy. It's too heavy. It weighs about 50 pounds, I think.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
Stacy said, why did my prayer request disappear? I have no idea. We have not touched anything.
Yeah.
What do you do for squash vine borers? We use the Dr. Earth, is it Golden Bloom?
Mm-hmm.
Golden Bloom, and we use fish emulsion because they both stink so bad. I think that deters those squash vine borers from messing with anything. Now, I did not put any around my Cocozelle squash over here because I've been over at Pecan Grove all the time, and we did get some squash vine borers in them. But other than that, most things are doing good.
All right, I'm going to show y'all what Danny's been doing today. Well, the last few days. That is at Pecan Grove. That is our new well, and he is building a well house. Do y'all recognize the wood at the top? That is from leftovers from our barn here, and it's from Mr. Mickey at hillsmills.com. He brought us some poplar, and so we're using some of that on the pump house to make it look pretty over there and protect it from any storms that may be coming. You're not going to finish before we get a hurricane, are you?
Probably not. Probably not.
We may be boarding it up with something before.
Yeah.
We just got to see.
Yes. Have we ever fried squash blossoms? I've never actually ate one of them because I can't eat batter. It's got gluten in it. So I don't know. The answer is no, I have not.
Okay.
Do we sell okra seeds, Renee? We do when we have them, Renee. When we don't have them, we don't.
Okay. People are putting up prayer requests too. I hope Danny got that tip ready. I told him he needed to. Y'all, if y'all need any wood, contact Hills Mills if y'all are close to Tennessee.
Yeah, if you're close to Tennessee and don't mind going getting it.
We just kind of special. Him and Kathy like to come visit. No, we love Kathy and Mickey.
I love Mickey and Kathy, yeah.
Danny, did you ever wrap the bottoms of the squash with foil at the base? Yes.
We've done that. We did that on our, those ones, a Hoss tool, what are they called? The straight ones. Gold Prize.
Gold Prize.
The Gold Prize, I wrapped
I finally made Danny pull them darn things up. We had so many squash that year till I said, you go pull them squash up. They were still making.
They were just,
We had squash for so long. They were the biggest, beautifulest plants I've ever seen. Is there any way you can leave the live chat up after you close? A lot of information is in the chat I would like to go back and read. If you'll wait at least an hour,
yes,
then you can come back in and the live chat will be there. When it replays or posts after about an hour, they have to process.
Yeah.
And then the live chat's there where you see...
right under the bottom of the video, you'll look there.
What's the words is across there?
It'll have live chat. There's about five different things that's underneath the video.
I can't remember what it is, but live chat's one of them. You'll have to click on that and the chat will start playing again.
Yeah.
So that's in any of our live streams that are up. Look under the video for the word live chat and click on it and all the live chat will come back up.
Fix it word roll.
Okay. All right. Where are we at?
My home was destroyed in the Rolling Fork tornado, and by I don't know where it went. It just jumped.
Wow.
Okay.
Where are we at? Was it that far back?
I don't know where it went. No, it wasn't that far back.
You sure?
I'm positive.
We lost it.
I don't know where it went, but it jumped.
Unless somebody took it down?
I don't know.
I don't see it, but anyway,
oh well.
Something about there.
Somebody lost their home in the Rolling Fork tornado. That's all I got read.
All right.
Jean, her sister's having heart issues.
I've seen lots of people putting up.
When and where do you think the first hurricane will be? Well, they're saying Florida
to Texas.
from the Florida to Texas in the Gulf of Mexico.
From the sea to shining sea.
Yeah, it's just.
Every time they start, they give this wide prediction from Texas.
Oh, we got to do the giveaway.
Oh yes. What can we do about that?
I don't know. Oh my word. Oh man.
How did Mickey? I know this one. Let's see how many of them can get this one. How did Mickey get the poplar to us this last time he came? Does anybody know what mode of transportation? I'll give you a little hint.
Yeah.
He used, and we will give you a giveaway.
We will give you a
electroculture antennas.
Yeah, we'll give you a pack of electroculture antennas from Hills Mill. If you can tell me how Mr. Mickey, what mode of transportation he used to get my last poplar lumber to me.
And I know, Lippy, I'm popping this one up on you in a hurry. Let me see if I can do that one. Danny talks about something else.
Pray for everyone dealing with the smoke and the fire. Yes, that is going to be, oh man, that is going to be awesome. It's just going to be bad. I ain't seen nobody get it yet.
They're saying.
Oh, somebody's
well,
already.
They're saying, but they're not giving it. No,
that don't get it.
That don't get it.
That don't get it.
All right, there's one.
There's one right there. Okay.
But I don't know if it's the first one.
Yep, it's the first one I've seen.
I know, but Lippy's ahead of us. She might tell me different. Okay. No, I sent Lippy, so Lippy will let us know who said it first. But I did see one person. Now 2 or 3.
Carrier pigeon.
Yeah, he brought all that.
Horse and buggy. He brought them all with a horse and buggy. Yeah, there we go. Tractor. There we go. His motorhome.
Okay, so we had 2 people I told to contact me last week. One of them contacted me.
Did give us no information.
Lacey, but she didn't give me an address.
Right.
So if Lacey's watching and you sent me an email but no address, I need an address. The other one, I can't remember who it was, and they never contacted me, so I guess, whatever. But, all right, Lippy has a winner. Let me look and see who the winner is. Star Trek Transporter. Yep, that's it.
There we go.
That's Mike. Who is the winner? Deidre. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who we saw.
Deidre McElvain.
That looks like a W to me.
McIlwain.
McElwain.
Maybe.
Deidre, send us your information if you want this through our email and give us your address.
And we will forward it to Kathy and Mickey and Lacey. If you're watching, send me an address. You sent me an email, you didn't send me an address.
Did you fly your drone over your house?
Yes.
Yes, we did, Jared. And it took pictures just like we wanted it to. We actually looked at everybody's place around here.
We've flown it over Pecan Grove, and my son flew it all over everywhere on Pecan. Not everywhere, but parts of Pecan Grove.
Yeah.
Then he flew it over here at Deep South, and then Danny played around with it, and we're going to send it back up again.
Yeah, they're logging right behind our house here. Probably this next week we're not going to be happy because they're going to be cutting all the timber behind us.
Oh, he brought it by U-Haul. I forgot to
Oh, yeah, he brought it with a U-Haul truck. He brought a, looked like was it a 16-foot U-Haul, I believe it was.
Yeah.
He brought it down here in.
Yeah, so they're logging, I mean, they're really close to our back.
They're almost to my fence, and I'm worried to death they're going to throw trees on my fence or something like that, but hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah. So did we get a permit? We did not. We cannot use any of the video for monetary gain.
No, we can't. I'm not going to get a license. I refuse to do it.
So we'll only use it for us. I can't even, I'm not supposed to take pictures out of the video and use them or anything.
Railpan 439. Yes, we did get an answer on the 3-point hitch in the woods. It is a arena section hair.
Arena harrow.
Harrow is a section hair. An arena harrow, like they do horse arenas and all with. It's round on the edges so it don't hang on something when they go around the arena. So yes,
we know what it is.
We know what it is now.
Not that we need it, but we know what it is.
Yeah, I don't plan on harrowing any arenas or anything like that, but we'll just see.
Yeah. And actually, it was across the fence. It was like right at our fence line, so we weren't sure if it's ours or a neighbor's.
Right.
So, you know, it's not something we need.
Churning butter by the campfire and tuned in tonight.
Jeff.
Sitting there churning butter by campfire. Now what? That's the life. Jeff, you got the life, man. Sitting by a campfire tonight.
Well, it's a little hot. I don't think I want a campfire.
I wouldn't be. Well, not in the Deep South. I don't think we'd be sitting by a campfire.
He's got to be up north.
He's got to be somewhere.
I bet you he's probably in Deep South too. But you know these Deep South people just really like campfires. I don't care if it's 115 outside and they're gonna have a campfire and roasting weenies and hot dogs and marshmallows.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Have you planted any Muscadine grapes, and if so, what type?
Oh, we have plenty of Muscadine grapes. We have
the Scuppernongs and the Muscadines.
Now I don't know any variety names. We don't do names.
And
okay, we just eat them.
At Pecan Grove, there are 2 or 3 different varieties already.
I know one of them's a razzmatazz because I put it there.
And then we planted the razzmatazz.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 different kinds.
Yeah.
There's the one big on the trellis and the other 2.
I have a fry muscadine over here on the hill at Deep South that somebody gifted me, one of the subscribers. It's called a fry. And then I have the razzmatazz that we bought. I have the old big bronze ones from my daddy. At Pecan Grove. Oh, I also have a purple one here that I got from an elderly gentleman probably 35 years ago. At Pecan Grove, we have a purple one. We have a razzmatazz. We have a big bronze one over there also.
Yes, if we had a small enough drone by weight, you don't have to register it. But ours is registered with the FAA because I didn't want any issues with that. That's only $5.
Yeah, let's put it this way. We flew one here one time, and it was in a matter of minutes. There was a helicopter sitting here, turned up on its side, sitting there looking at us. So we invaded somebody's airspace.
So we did the FAA thing.
Yeah.
But I do not intend to do all the hoops and whistles just so I can put something on YouTube. I never have done it, and I'm not going to start now. So
now, Crame Dreams is saying, we're sitting here by a campfire right now, fishing and listening. fishing.
All right, so do you need
That's the life.
Peel potatoes before canning, and why?
No.
So when let me explain why. I do some with peelings. It's the first 2 weeks after harvesting my potatoes. We leave the peelings on because they're soft. But after about 2 weeks, those peelings start getting harder. So I take and peel them. If I have bought potatoes anywhere, I'd peel them. I'm just saying, just peel them because they're old. The skins are harder. So do older potatoes, peel. After 2 weeks, peel them. Do you still
like the Pat's Quick Hitch? Yeah. I just bought a tractor and was curious. Yes, I love my Pat's Quick Hitch. Now, adjustment with it is key. I took the little bar out that goes in between. It holds them in position because my tractor has the stabilizer bars on it that I can adjust to whatever position I want them to keep them from swinging from side to side. So I took the little bar out from between it, and because you can't run a PTO with it in there anyway. And I love mine. You just back up, lift up, click it, get off, lock them, hook the third link up, and roll with it. I mean, it's fast.
We have possum grapes too.
Yes, we have fox grapes.
Fox grapes.
The fox grapes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Lena says, my question was lost, asking where can I find Malabar spinach seeds. Send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. I do have some Malabar spinach seeds. I just hadn't put them up on Etsy because quite frankly I'd forgotten where they were at, and I found them this week.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Anyway, we have been on here. We're into doohickeys time.
Yeah. Well, we started late anyway.
We got started late. We had to go back and start over again. Pinball.
3 times.
Forgive us, pinball.
3 times.
Yeah.
So.
3 times the charm, I suppose. Once again, Yarbrough, thank you so much for this part right here. Now all I need is the little arm that goes through this hole and hooks up to the lift system.
You don't have that either?
Well, I have a makeshift one that I made.
Yeah.
But if I have that, I got the whole planter system, and it'll be good. Yes, before you guys go out tonight, hit the like button.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. That puts us into the algorithm where everybody will actually want to watch us more, I suppose.
I don't know if they'll watch more. They just more people
gets
it in the recommended.
In the recommended.
It
gets to go in the recommended more.
We've got a lot of people that have asked for prayer, and we've had Jomama. She's usually in the chat.
Yeah, she's usually in the chat.
And she might be in the background listening, but she said at the beginning of the chat that she was in the hospital to please pray for her. So,
yeah. Anyway, we need to pray. Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the much needed rain we've got this week, Lord. It's been a blessing. Even though it's been kind of cool in the mornings, it gets screaming hot during the day. It's kind of tough on the plants, but before dark and a lot of evenings, you give us a nice little shower, nothing bad, and it kind of perks the plants up, and we appreciate that. It cools off for the next morning. It's really been a blessing, and we want to praise you and thank you for that. We want to pray for the people that's having all these wildfires up in Canada and the smoke that's coming down into our country, Lord. Those that have breathing issues and all that, I'm praying for them. And even though I know it's coming to the United States, it's going to keep coming. Last year, California, we told them it was going to be a year of fire there. We told them it was going to be a year of fire here, Canada and all. And Lord, there's so much stuff. I mean, East Texas will probably be one of the next things. And we just pray that, Lord, that people will be able to survive through this and they won't lose too much. And Father, we got a lot of our subscribers that are in the hospital, and a lot of them are being caretakers. I was a caretaker for 6 years before my wife passed away. I understand what that is and the drain that it can put on your system, both physically and spiritually, Lord, and mentally, financially. It puts a big strain on you. And I pray for those people that are caregivers and those that are in the hospitals, Lord, and those that we have subscribers that are going through cancer treatments, and I'm praying for them that they can have the strength to carry on, because chemo will drag you down to the bottom. And I pray for strength for them during this time. And Lord, we've had people contact us looking for homesteads. And I pray, Lord, that they can find a place quickly and be able to get their feet on the ground before it's too late. We got a lot of projects coming up here, Lord. I ask for your guidance and your wisdom and your understanding on those projects. And Father, there's just so many people here tonight. Some people's got, with what's fixing to happen, there's going to be lots of emotional issues in the near future. So we're going to be praying for the people that have to go through these emotional issues, Father, that they'll be able to deal with them. And Lord, I just want to let everybody know that we love them and we pray for them on a daily basis now. And Father, we know that you're the great caregiver, you're the great physician, you're the great geometrician. Lord, you do everything by a number, a measure, a weight. And we know that you are perfect in all ways. And we give you the praise, the honor, and the glory for everything now. We ask this in Christ's name. Amen. Okay.
You got a tip.
Hold on. Hope the new wife hangs in there. Drops Family Garden says. Will Comfrey help my new privacy trees growing in sandy soil, fruit trees also? Comfrey will help. Comfrey helps everything, Diva. Comfrey is said to be the miracle plant fertilizer. It draws up nutrients out of the soil, and it puts back. If you lay the leaves all around your trees and stuff like that, it really does good. Now we've got Comfrey growing here. It's a great fertilizer to use. You can put the leaves in water, or you can just lay them around the plants and let them decompose and go back into the soil. Either way, it is good.
Comfrey is a good thing to have.
Yes.
On your homestead.
Comfrey is a great thing to have. Now the right Comfrey. There's two different kinds of it. Make sure you get the right kind. If you want the right kind, go see Billy and Michelle at Permapasture Farms video YouTube channel. They sell Comfrey at their place. Him and Michelle have it on their Etsy store, and that's probably the only place right now I know that you can get Comfrey at.
We got ours from old Alabama gardener.
Yeah, that's before he passed away, though.
Yeah, about 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's
about
been a while.
7 years, maybe. It's been a long time. We met him at the conference in Tennessee, and he brought all of us some Comfrey, and then he was selling some, I think. And over the years, he sold Comfrey, so lots of people has his Comfrey. All right, tip.
Not tip for tonight.
You don't have one.
Oh, let's see, the tip for tonight. You know, lots of times we talk about growing gardens all the time. That's Wanda and I, that's one of our main things that we talk about is just growing gardens. But not just any garden. The tip tonight is I want to encourage you to grow a forever garden. Because you can't always, or you may not always have the opportunity to grow things yearly. If you plant forever crops, then you don't have to worry about them. And when I talk about forever crops, I'm talking about things like the elephant garlic, things like rosemary, these types of things, as multiplying onions, asparagus, artichokes, these type things, you only plant them once.
Blueberries and blackberries.
Blueberries, blackberries, these types of things, they just keep coming back. And these are where the basis of all permaculture begins at, is when you start planting your forever crops around. Things like oregano, mint, these types of things, but understand some of your herbs are very invasive.
And some people up north can't grow some of the things we can grow, so you have to
Comfrey.
take it in.
Comfrey's another thing is a forever plant. If you plant the right Comfrey, it keeps. Some of them come back from seeds. We got block 14.
I thought it was 4 that
we have block 4. It comes back from the root. Block 14 comes back from the seed, I believe.
We don't have the seed.
Yeah, we don't have the seed type. But you want to be able to get you some comfrey going. These are things that you don't have to plant these things year after year. Pick a spot where you want them at. Like the elephant garlic, we have particular beds now, and we just have the elephant garlic, and we have beds for the multiplying onions. That's their home. We don't move them. That's just where they live year after year after year after year. Our asparagus is the same way. Now we are fixing to put some new asparagus beds over at Pecan Grove because
strawberries is another one.
Strawberries,
get them going in a permanent raised bed.
Yes.
Year after year, and you take care of them.
You got to take care of them now.
Up north, I don't know how y'all do with all this stuff.
I don't know.
We just know what we do down south.
Some of your fruit trees. Now, peach trees are a short-lived tree, but things like pecan trees and apple trees and pear trees, stuff like these trees last sometimes for a generation. But now things like peaches, plums and stuff like that, they don't usually last very long. But guys, think about this, because
things that you don't have to plant every year.
Yeah, your annual plants are great for gardening, but your perennials that come back year after year after year, those are the ones that usually give you a harvest whether you do anything or not. And that's what we need more of in our landscape, is the forever plants. And I just touched on the surface. There's a lot more than that. But guys, plant your forever plants. Get them going, because if Big Brother comes for your food, they're looking for stuff in cans and jars and stuff like that. And if you've got permaculture,
they're looking for rows of gardening.
Yeah, they're looking for rows, stuff planted in rows and stuff like that. Monolithic type gardening. Something like that. But anyway, if you've got stuff plugged into the landscape in all kind of different places, it just looks like a bush or a plant. Most times they don't even see that.
Your flower beds could turn into asparagus and onion and garlic beds and things like this. And even if you only had stuff like onions and garlic, you can make a soup. You can add them to flavorings. It's great to have your onions and garlic, plus all the other herbs in case, because you never know where those herbs come from in a little jar.
Yeah. Now, Big Gatlin says, I didn't know garlic would just keep on going. Now, I'm talking about elephant garlic. I'm not talking about your other garlics out there. Elephant garlic is not really a true garlic. It's actually in the leek family, but it has a good garlic taste to it. Elephant garlic is the one that's monoculture. I kept saying
monolithic.
I kept saying monolithic. Monolithic. That's because I was in the construction business and talking about monolithic concrete slabs.
That's what came to my mind.
Yes, monoculture. But guys, you need the forever gardens. I'm telling you, because they will adapt to your climate year after year and just keep on giving. Wanda and I like it when we walk out our door 365 days a year to be able to find something fresh to eat no matter what day of the year it is. And it can be done. You just have to figure out which plant grows during what season and make sure you have those.
Yeah, and like here, we just finished with the blueberries. We've got blackberries in Danny's High Tunnel that should be producing shortly.
Yeah.
And we've got a fig tree that they're just maybe 2 weeks from getting ready.
Yeah.
I watch them every day to see if any's turning. So we'll be doing figs before long. As soon as the figs start going out, the pears
will come in.
And we have one little apple tree. Our big tree died.
Yeah, the woodpeckers killed it.
We have one little tree that's got maybe a dozen apples on it. And
our big peach tree that we got bushels of peaches off, Grazon.
Danny killed it.
I killed it with Grazon, didn't know it, put the cow manure around it, killed it. Or goat manure, not cow manure. I put the goat manure around it, killed it.
So we have new peach trees everywhere, but the problem this year was everything was in full bloom and we got a hard freeze.
Yeah.
So we lost a lot of our fruit right off the bat, and but we still had a lot. We had plenty of huckleberries, plenty of blueberries.
Yeah.
We've got lots of figs and lots of pears, and I don't know if we have any peaches anywhere. I think they all fell off, didn't they?
All the peaches are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get no peaches this year.
What about plums? Did you see any plums?
No plums this year, and the trees were loaded with blooms. The freeze got all of them.
So no peaches, no plums. So that's why when people asked us how come we can so much, this year I'll can a lot of figs and a lot of pears off those trees, because next year we may not have
anything.
Next year it may be all plums and peaches.
Yeah, you don't know.
So you don't ever know. So whatever God gives you this year, use it, put it up, store it, whichever way you have to do, can it, and then next year you don't know what you're going to have.
Lori says, do I need to cut the top of my fig plant? You only cut the top of a fig plant when it's as tall as you want it to be. Mine's my fig tree's about 10 feet tall, and at 10 feet I cut the top out of it. And
we have mulberry trees too.
And it flattens out, and that way I can climb around in it, because I can climb in my fig tree. It's big enough to climb around in and pick the figs off of.
Yeah, we have mulberries too. We have all kinds of berries, and we have all kinds of fruit. We just don't have all of them all the time because of our weather conditions. And if you're up north, some of the things will grow better for you, like apples. We don't grow hardly a lot of apples at all.
It's hard to get an apple to grow down here.
Yeah. So, I guess your tip was to
grow a forever garden.
Forever garden.
I got my first Chicago fig in zone 6. Do you have any tips? Yes, mulch. Lots of mulch around the roots of it.
Fig trees is one thing
you want to mulch them about 6 inches deep, beyond the limb span. Because all fig trees, the roots grow right on the surface of the ground, and if it gets really cold, it will kill the tree. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to get off here, guys. It's getting late. Thank y'all for spending time with us tonight and being such a blessing. Remember, once the video is up, it'll usually take about an hour once we go offline for YouTube to approve everything and go through it and take care of it and do all that they need to do. And then when it comes back up, look at the bottom of the screen and you'll see a whole bunch of icons across there. One of them will say live chat. Click that if you want to be able to reread the chat as the video plays. Now you can't fast forward through it. You got to watch the video as it goes.
All right, so somebody's asked about my shirt. It says grow, grow, eat, survive. And it is from Survival, where am I at? Survival Garden Seeds.
Survival Garden Seeds.
Yeah. We plant a lot of Survival Garden Seeds. They sent us some a year or so ago, and so they sent me some t-shirts. So I'm wearing some of their shirts.
Stacy, yes, you can cut your fig tree back. Only cut 1/3 the height of the tree at a time. Don't ever cut over 1/3. You can cut it back. It's better to do it while it's dormant. I wouldn't do it while it's green. This winter, I would do it while it's dormant, and then you shouldn't have any problems.
All right, guys, we got to go. I hear thunder in the background.
I hear thunder in the background. Maybe it's going to rain.
Well,
hope
you
not.
don't want...
I was going to say, I hope not.
That was like, maybe it's going to rain. No,
I hope not. I hope it rains in Pecan Grove and not here. Yeah.
No, y'all. We need the rain, but we don't need the rain on our beans.
Not on our beans.
We need them to dry.
Yes.
Videos coming soon, and we will be doing a Deep South Survival.
This goes first now.
Deep South Survival Garden Seed package giveaway. So be looking for that in the next week or so.
How is my cooler doing? My walk-in cooler, Jeffrey, is doing fantastic. It is working like a charm.